Why is mindfulness of such critical importance today?
You know, when leaders and their teams come to us for development work nowadays, which can either mean the Mindful Leader, which is our leadership development program, or coaching for the managers or development of their high-performance teams, they always have either a work quantity issue, work too much, or work quality issue, or both. And quality issue can mean life balance pressure, lack of trust, lack of autonomy, any of those kind of things. And in the last 20 or 30 years, I don't know how many thousands of self-help and self-improvement books came out, methods and tools on self-management and time management and what have you. I only see a trend from bad to worse here. I see more people coming to us and more people being desperate, really having no answer for those things. Mindfulness has a completely different approach, and it's scientifically tested and tried. You know, usually when you think of high performance, you think like this. There's a challenge, then you set yourself a goal. Then you put on the pressure, and out of that somehow comes high performance. But when you think like that, that also means that you can lose energy, that you can burn out, you have a life balance problem, you can run on empty. Mindfulness is a completely different way of going about things. You simply engage in the moment with whatever simple task it may be that you're involved with. You don't have to lose energy. There's no need to think of life balance issues. That's why I don't call it work-life balance. It's a life, and it's a life balance, and work is part of life. We don't need to lose energy when we work, but we need to be mindful in order to maintain that state. So what is mindfulness actually? Is simply paying attention to the present moment without any judgment. It's very easy to learn. It's a big challenge to bring into our day-to-day activities and challenges as a quality, which is exactly what we're here to support our clients with. But it's absolutely a must in these days.
Why do you insist on working with senior leaders?
You know, when people first have a leadership or management position, they're mostly concerned with tools and methods and models and the how-to of leadership and management. They look for a lot of solutions to their challenges and problems towards those things. And they do need tools and methods. It's totally understandable. So probably, and that's my experience, if you give them mindfulness, they'll probably think, how can I possibly become a better leader by just being present in the moment without any judgment? And it's completely understandable as a question. Before science gave us all the evidence for it, nobody could think of that. But once you're experienced and you've gone through all the tools and processes and trainings and methods and everything you need to be a leader, and you've got your years of experience, and you still suffer from the same challenges, impatience, maybe a certain pattern of always dealing in the same way with conflict, maybe hesitation in decision making, life balance issues, pressure, then you probably know you have some certain level of self-reflection to think that the next step has to come from inside. It cannot be another method or model that could give you the answer. And that's why we absolutely don't teach any of that in our programs. That's what distinguishes us from the classical leadership development program type. We don't give you any models, we don't give you any techniques or methods. We simply help people to learn mindfulness and then reflect with them how that applies to their challenges and how to bring that to their challenges and situations in their day-to-day life.
What do I get out of bringing my leaders and their teams to you?
Well, first of all, I think you get people back at work who, because they have some distance to their challenges and to the pressure and to the expectations they all face, they have a certain inner balance that strengthens them. You also have, because of this distance, people who have a vastly expanded range of flexibility and adaptability in dealing creatively and intelligently with any challenge they might face in their daily life. You've got people who have probably, in a sense, playfully, but also sincerely reflected and looked at their limiting patterns, their own limiting patterns, and found some ways of distancing themselves, freeing themselves to some degree from those patterns, and that helps them in that flexibility. And they have looked at their own strengths and their own talents, their own inner resources, and by being in touch with those inner resources are able to develop them further. Plus, in addition, they have a big toolkit with them so that they can apply the same thing now to their direct reports. So if you send your whole team, the manager with their direct reports, you get the whole package deal, you get all of them with those benefits, and with mindfulness being the critical variable here, you then get a team. And I think that's perhaps the biggest benefit you can get out of that, maybe the biggest impact. You know, we all talk about diversity, but to really respect, appreciate, and utilize the individual different strengths and competencies in a team, that's really a challenge, and that's what you get out of this mindful approach to things. Mindful is the absolutely critical part in making that sustainably possible.